Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. This time I've got two replays for you in the Tier 10 British heavy tank, the Chieftain. And the first replay here, we're platooned up with our friend Tanks, who's in the Tier 10 German light tank here on Mali. It's a team destruction matchup, so we don't have to worry about being capped up. But we do have one or two light tanks on the enemy team and one fun police on the enemy team. Now, being in a chieftain where I've got a good turret, decent mobility since the buff of the ground resistance stuff on a tank. Maybe I should actually go across to the hill at the start, but I just didn't fancy sat there being shot by the fun police, and I thought I was going to do something a little bit different. And I decided I'm going to play a little bit aggressive and actually push up to where our friendly platoon mate is in the light tank and get hold down and see if we can get any damage on anyone crossing up onto the hill. Like I say, it is a bit risky because when you're making this cross I could get shot in the side here by any of the camping TDs, etc. Thankfully for me, that hasn't been the case, and we're able to actually get to the position where to be in unscathed. And now, hopefully, we should be able to get us a few shots on the enemy tanks, making their move across the hill. Although we do have 10 degrees of gun depression, I wasn't quite able to make it work in that position. So a little minor adjustment, and they now are able to be hold down. Like I say, we're only exposed on our turret, and this does have the Chieftain does have a decent turret. This Tusk, thankfully he came in auto aimed on, hit the side of my turret and didn't aim for the rear of my tank. Otherwise I could have they took a big chunk of damage there and probably get set on fire. So unfortunately there's not a lot you can do when tanks decide to throw themselves away to get a shot in. But it all ended up okay because we got a little bit of resistance on it and a little bit of damage, so it all worked out quite nicely. I'm trying to, I'm looking to, like I say, use my turret. When I'm using the max sort of gun depression to create the more extreme angle on the turret, you are going to be able to block some damage on it. If you are sort of on a complete flat, then obviously more likely to get stuff to go through. But overall, it's a really decent turret, and the main thing of the gun, the Chieftain, is obviously this fantastic accuracy, aim time, and just a whole gun handle, as you see there. Just easy to be able to put those shots into the bush. It doesn't take long to aim in at all, and the enemy have won the hill, but like I say, it isn't team, we're not going to get capped out or anything like this. I'm not overly concerned because all what I'm going to try and do is try and push around, rotate and win the sort of almost where they spawned in their sort of 1, 2, 3, and then I can just kind of hopefully keep them pinned on the hill, and we'll just sort of reverse the map a little bit, because it's gone for our team. This has gone pretty well. We're 4 tanks up at the moment. If we can kind of push around there and take out the enemy fun police, and we don't have to concern ourselves with that, that would be nice. But now I'm sort of almost pushing around. Unfortunately, I missed that shot in the back chat, which is a bit unlucky, because he's now about to full send into our platoon mate, and unfortunately there's not a lot we could do to keep him alive there, unfortunately. But we have sort of cleared this side of the map, so we're now going to be able to get sort of hold down on this ridge line and hopefully get some shots on the enemy if they decide to leave the hill or try and overextend to get shots like this VK is. Picking up some shots, getting sort of hold down, using our gun depression. It's an ideal scenario for the Chieftain when you've got tanks just out in front of you, because you can obviously maximise your good DPM of the tank. We've got a nice one into the IS-7. We did a chance shot, which we never thought was going to pen, but we had nothing else available, so we tried to take one into the IS-7. Get one into the Tier German heavy crossing the open. This is kind of, the enemy team are making it easier for us now by the way they've crossed out of the hill. They sort of won the hill, and then the thing is they've exited it in a way where they're just stuck in the open now, and I've just got complete farm shots onto this tank. Looking to try and get shots as a weak spot. Unfortunately, we lost his spot, but he's getting lit up again, so now we're able to get a shot in. We do damage his ammo rack, but it looks like it's repaired that, but it's a one shot to us anyway. We do manage to pick up the kill. We do actually take 2 damage in shots in return. It's not too much of a problem. I've still got enough hit points left for this game. But that's just they must have been able to get a shot in. Probably wasn't completely hold down from the hill. But we've got this VK again. He's like over ascending to get shots. Just get lit up in a unfortunate situation now, and we're able to get a couple of shots in, put them on a one shot, putting us on to 6,000 damage, around about 2,000 assistance, and yeah, we are winning the engagement. I mean, it's still 9-6, so things can turn at that point. You still have to be a little bit careful. But yeah, it's looking positive for our team. We've definitely got the big advantage here. Even though the enemy team does have the hill, but I do want to try and get closer. To basically, the remaining tanks are, majority of them are on the hill, and I want to try and get up to the hill and see if I can get some more damage in. The danger is if I get shot as I'm making my approach, so I'm trying to use these sort of, the huts, a bit of disposable cover to block enemy shots in. Unfortunately, IS-7, who we were shooting earlier, has got an angle on us now. We're kind of a little bit in the open, so we really need to get rid of this IS-7 so that we're able to make our approach to the hill again unsaved. The TD on the top actually does get shot down, so we don't have to worry about him overextending to get shot into us, which is good because he gets taken out by the fun police. But now we're just looking to try and take out this IS-7. I don't really want to eat another shot because that would put me on a one shot potentially at the moment from this IS-7, so I'm just trying to look to a shot. He's not paying attention, and the quick aim time, I was able to get a shot through the side of the APCR round and pick up another kill, put us onto 6,000 damage, 2,500 assistance, and there was only 3 tanks remaining, so we're on a 9 versus 3. So we should, if we lose this game now, yeah, it's looking pretty comfortable, isn't it? I mean, I never say never, but I think we'll probably be okay. We're going to try and get a shot into the side of this V55, finishing him off, and now it's about just full sending the hill to get the rest of as any damage as we can. I'm just trying to get there. I am a a 2-shot, but at this point, like I say, I'm not overly concerned if I get killed, as long as I can get an additional shot in. That's all what I really want. I want to get as much damage in as we can. We do get 1 into the back chat, finish him off. We do eat 1 in return, but now we're hoping, can we just get 1 last shot into this game, onto the medium on the hill. Hopefully we can. I say he's fairly healthy, but a lot of our team is approaching. He's kind of drove out and got shot by a lot of tanks, but we do manage to get 1 in anyway, bringing us an end to the game, putting it up to just shy of 7,000 damage, about sort of 2,400 assistance and 3 kills. We've only got the first class, but we've got the high caliber. But that is it for the first replay, but we have 1 more to come, so I will see you there in just a bit. Okay, so thank you for staying with us. Here we are for the second replay on Great Wall, and we are platooned up with Big Rossi in the machine. Now, there's no fun place to contend with on this map. I don't think there's any light tanks either, so hopefully we should be able to get into a little bit of a brawl, which should be good. Now, on Great Wall, it's one of those maps where sometimes you can go one way, the other team can go the other way, and you just end up missing each other when you're in like a slow heavy. I mean, a machine, like I say, is not that quick. I run the traction, it's not that slow as a heavy, and I run the traction system on it to get that boost to the top speed, because since it's had like the power to rate ratio buff, it is, you can see you can get to the top speed of the tank pretty quickly, so it does help on these maps like this, so you can get to your new locations a lot quicker. And it's how the Chieftain probably always should have been, and yeah, I liked it before, but I like it even more now. But we're able to get into the position we wanted to be on this map because it's the ideal scenario for a Chieftain if you get into a brawl, especially when there's no fun place to shoot us from above, and that is to get up onto this ridge. You can get hull down, you can use your gun depression, so you can maximise your armour, and you can just let that gun sling. You see into this T30, the only shot he's going to have at is our turret. Yeah, so you're able to, it's basically the situation I want to be in a tank like this. You can see just every time I'm reloading, I'm looking to put that shot in. I'm trying to time my reload so I'm just out ready to shoot when it reloads. And we do manage to take out that 50T there, and there is not a lot of the enemy. There's not that many of the enemy team in front of us really. A lot of it looks like either kind of pushed into the middle. So I want to try and win this scenario as quick as as we can, which we are pretty much doing that between me and Rossi here. get one into the Dragon. Now we'll get another shot into the Dragon. This is where I kind of make a mistake, right? Because I'm impatient and I think, right, I don't want to lose time, so I'm just going to keep going. I'll just kill this guy on the move on the way back. But one of the problems with the Chieftain is that when you're trying to fire over the back of your your tank, with a lot of the British tanks, you actually don't have that sort of gun depression over the back. So really, I end up eating a shot there for no reason at all. Really, the intention was to save time, but I probably should have actually waited in that scenario, just killed him and then moved on. But yeah, not the end of the world. You can see there's a lot of the tanks here now, and I'm hoping that with Rossi and the other heavy are going to take sort of the main gate in those rocks. I'm then going to, rather than have 3 tanks shooting in one location, always try and make your second angle when you're with your platoon mate, because it's how you're going to clear tanks as quickly as you can, because they can only leave the strong part of the armour waist the front in one way. So by creating the secondary angle now here, we're going to put them under a lot more pressure than when we're just fighting in one place. Annoyingly, the one tank I probably didn't want to see here is this 57 heavy, because although I'm not really under any threat from him now because I put him on a one shot, I don't really want to eat sort of 2 shots trying to, because he's got a good rate of fire. I don't want to eat 2 shots from his clip by me trying to cross over in this ridge. But at the same time, I'm kind of losing damage by not taking this tank out now, and I'm getting a bit frustrated. So I think, I'm just going to eat the shots. Unfortunately for me, he bounces off my track and I take him out and I don't eat any in return. But that short delay was probably enough to stop me getting a couple more shots in potentially. We're still winning it. It's just about maximising that damage. And we have got a enemy tank in our cap now. I'm not overly concerned about getting capped out right this second, because I do have Ross in the machine, which is obviously can get there pretty quickly. But I've got to deal with this Cranvalven, because if we don't, he's just going to end up putting shells in us when we're trying to escape. Rossi has gone now. He's going to start to go to get that reset, I believe. And I'm just going to push this cranny off. Now, he's on a big reload. It looks like he's getting pushed by our other friendly heavy tank, so I'm going to let him deal with that. And now I am going to turn around to go for that reset, so we don't end up throwing a game where we're 4 tanks up, just because no one goes back for the cap circle. But as I make my approach, Rossi, is already, you can see, he's a lot further ahead than me. And I can see all my other teammates there. He's got that reset covered. There's no point me driving all the way down there, because you can clearly see there's only one enemy tank there, which means the other 2 enemy tanks are probably potentially going to be more their cap circle, because from my knowledge, I don't think any of us have really got that far, because we ended up sort of coming back through the middle, and no one's really explored that area. So I imagine that's where the remaining 2 tanks are, and now I've actually got a head start on my friendly team, because obviously they went for the reset, and which we needed. But thankfully, I've managed to now gain myself a bit of momentum. So if I meet the enemy team first, I'm going to be able to pick up a little bit more damage, or to try and improve on what we've got already, which is like 5,000 damage. And yeah, hopefully, it's just kind of like everyone's just hoping to meet them first at this point, basically. So we're pushing around, and thankfully it's his Century, and the axe is on full health, and this is how quickly a Chieftain can destroy a medium like this. It's full health, and you just absolutely tear them apart with this DPM when they get caught in the open like this. At this point, I know that I'm just going to win this engagement, and I'm just going to keep pushing, because selfishly I want to get all the shots in as I can before my friendly team get here. As always, just trying to have a good game. And yeah, I think that Action X has put 1 shot into us, and we've just taken his full health. And now there's only 1 tank left, which is a heavy tank. I think it's a German, heavy tier 8 texture tank, and a VK. And he's on full health. Unfortunately, I went for the lower plate, and actually I don't manage to pen his lower plate, but I do track him in place and pick up like almost 1,000 assistance. And that VK got absolutely destroyed so quickly. But we do end up getting the last shot in, picking up the kill, bringing this to an end of the game and the end of the replay of the Chieftain. So we've got 5 kills, 7,209 damage, about 1,000 track assists and 2,300 block. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's nice to make a replay where I don't, I'm not coughing all the time, because I have actually, I'm a little bit better now. Got over the COVID, and yeah, thank you so much for your support, everyone. It means a lot, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!